Do you envision yourself living your dream life? Do you find it difficult to stay motivated enough to follow your dreams? Do you wish you knew a better way to success, happiness, and financial freedom? Hello everyone, and welcome to another brand new episode on my channel, Wonder Boho Book Club. Today I'll be talking about the book, No Excuses, The Power of Self-Discipline, written by Tracy. Tracy is a Canadian-American motivational public speaker and self-development author. He is the author of over 80 books that have been translated into dozens of languages. In No Excuses, Tracy has shown that in order to succeed, you do not need to be wealthy, exceptionally skillful, or lucky. All you need is the secret key of self-discipline and the right ways to use it to open the doors of success. Though self-discipline is difficult to practice, the author suggests some of the easy techniques to follow it. This book teaches self-discipline through concepts such as self-discipline for personal success, self-discipline for career and monetary goals, and self-discipline for overall happiness, and also contains end-of-chapter exercises to help you evaluate and improve yourselves. Part 1. Ask and you shall receive. Have you ever pondered how certain people manage to amass enormous fortune and success while having the same amount of time as the majority of others? Well, it's not like they have a magic wand. The secret to their success is nothing but self-discipline. Self-discipline is the key to achieving personal achievement, a successful job, and an overall sense of well-being. When we hear the word self-discipline, the first image that comes to mind is painful tasks and numerous hardships. However, although challenging in itself, self-discipline is something you can accomplish as well. And it's preferable to begin by focusing on areas of your personal success. Learning from professionals in your area is an excellent method to achieve this. Attend their events, read their publications, and listen to their podcasts. They're all great resources. Take, for example, the author's dentist based in San Diego. When he went to Hong Kong to attend a dentistry conference, he learned an innovative method that changed his life. A Japanese dentist presented a brand new treatment at the conference that has the potential to permanently transform the appearance of one's teeth. Upon using this novel procedure, the San Diego dentist saw an instant increase in number of patients from all across the country seeking treatment at his dental clinic. He became so popular in his field that he became known as a dentist's dentist, and by the time he was 55, he had made enough money to retire. Many of us are excited by the idea of early retirement. However, in order to achieve it, we first need to be more accountable for our actions in life. This was a lesson the author had to learn the hard way. Working in the construction industry at the age of 21, he had little money, no personal vehicle, and a cubbyhole of an apartment. One day, he had an epiphany. He realized that it was he and only he who was responsible for his own happiness. Playing blame game and cussing his upbringing and lack of education for all his difficulties won't help improve his life. Equipped with this new realization, he began putting in more efforts into his work. Also, he began investing time and money in buying self-help books and implementing personal growth. Becoming aware of his accountability and deciding to stop making excuses was crucial to his future success. Part 2. The 7-Step Method. Almost all of us have the experience of making resolutions and failing to follow it through. Although we might start with a big bang, showing a high level of commitment to ourselves. After just a few days or weeks, our motivation begins to wane, and we find ourselves looking for excuses to break our resolution. This makes us wonder, what is it about ourselves that makes it so difficult to follow through on our plans? Only 4% of participants in a research conducted by USA Today kept their New Year's goals. However, 44% of those who were successful in keeping their resolutions actually made the effort of writing down their resolutions. Making a written list of your objectives increases your chances of achieving them, because the process of writing down your goals brings them to your awareness, and your subconscious mind takes notice, which further helps in forming a pattern that channels your energy in the desired direction. Here, the author speaks of the 7-step method to help you reach your objectives by writing them down. Step 1. Determine your goals and be explicit about them. Decide on the exact quantity or number of what you wish to achieve, so that you have a clear idea of what you are aiming for. For example, decide on exactly how many pounds you want to lose before you start exercising, or how many calories you want to consume every day before you make a diet chart. Step 2. Write down your precise goal. Step 3. Determine a deadline for when you expect to complete the task. Be honest with yourself. Don't go overboard and set yourself a goal that's too difficult to achieve. Sub-deadlines are a great way to divide down a big objective into smaller ones. Step 4. In order to reach your objective, you need to make a list of all the things you can afford to do. This should contain a breakdown of the challenges you will encounter, as well as the extra skills and knowledge you will need to overcome them. Step 5. Organize the tasks according to priority, the most crucial tasks being accorded top priority. Step 6. Start working on your tasks immediately. Step 7. Be consistent in your efforts to reach your objective. The author here cites an example to demonstrate the effectiveness of seeking guidance, in addition to following the 7-step method. Bob Barton, one of the author's seminar participants, worked as a salesman and aspired to grow in his career. He studied the language and appearance of the company's most senior sales representatives and made a concerted attempt to emulate them, all with the objective of increasing his sales. Although this technique helped him to some extent, he didn't see any noticeable results until he approached one of the company's best salesmen for a book recommendation. Being approached personally for guidance, the senior salesman was ecstatic, and soon other senior salespeople also started giving Bob recommendations about books and radio programs. Bob rose to the top of the sales team as a result of his dedication to reading and listening to these sales materials recommended by his seniors. Part 3. Disaster Report. Are you preventing yourself from realizing your full potential because you're afraid of failure, such as not making enough money or losing the precious time of your life? If that's the case, take solace in learning that our brains are not designed to dread things like this. They become ingrained in us as we go through life, and they may be unlearned with a little effort. Here, the author talks about the disaster report, which is a powerful 4-step tool to conquer your fears. Step 1. Bring your fear to your awareness by stating it very clearly. Step 2. The worst-case scenario should be considered in this step. Are you concerned that your project will turn out to be a failure in the end, and you will have lost your precious time? When you face your concerns head-on, they become more controllable and less threatening to your mental and emotional health. Step 3. Develop contingency plans in the event of the worst-case scenario occurring. If your project was really a failure, instead of thinking that you lost your time, think of how you can use the newly learned skills to improve your life. Step 4. Do all you can to prevent the worst from happening. Keeping an eye out for the worst-case scenario means you won't have time to worry about anything else. An alternative way of overcoming fear is to teach yourself to face your fears head-on. Here, the author talks about one of his class participants. Although she was a high-ranking employee, this person was dissatisfied at work due to her boss's constant criticism and insults. Due to this oppressive behavior of her boss, she gradually became apprehensive about speaking with him. However, after consulting with the author's suggestions, she was better prepared to handle the circumstance. The next time her boss belittled her, she promptly said, "Please don't speak to me like that. I would want to be addressed to in a more respectful manner. When I'm upset, it's hard for me to concentrate on my work." The boss understood his mistake and apologized, and never again disparaged her. She was no longer resentful of her supervisor or her work after that time. Part 4. Self-discipline is crucial to success. Did you know that 80% of the world's wealth is held by 20% of the world's wealthiest people? Even so, Western nations like the United States have high income mobility, making it easier for people to move up the socio-economic ladder. But in order to achieve this transition, you need to instill self-discipline in yourself, whether you work for a company or have your own business. If you work for a company, you should commit yourself to your job and give your 100% to all your tasks at work. When the author worked for a property development firm, he aimed to achieve this. He would ask for greater responsibility from his boss and work as hard as he could to finish the assignment in the quickest and most efficient manner possible. As a result, people began to refer to him as the go-to guy. His supervisor once requested that he go to Reno in order to begin developing the land of a firm they had purchased. Rather than wait the recommended 2 weeks before flying there, the author chose to fly out the following day. A meeting with the lawyer and engineer there led him to discover that the land lacked water access and hence could not be developed. He got out of the deal, saving his firm $2 million in lost revenue. When his supervisor saw how well he handled his job, he promoted the author to a managerial position. Now, let's talk about entrepreneurship. If you want to be successful in running your own company, you will have to put in the necessary time and effort. The author here suggests adopting the CANEI formula, which stands for continuous and never-ending improvement, so that you and your company may prosper. The first step in starting a new company is to draft a business plan that outlines your target market, pricing, marketing approaches, etc. However, don't see this plan as something rigid and unchangeable. You must always strive to improve your company, no matter how well it is doing now. In order to remain competitive and meet the demands of your clients, you may need to rewrite and update your business plan from time to time. Hence, flexibility and malleability is what you should keep in mind while formulating the business strategy. Part 5. The ABCDE method and the 1% formula. Imagine what it might be like to live a life free of financial worries. All your time is spent doing what you like, such as touring the world or participating in your favorite pastimes. Sounds too good to be true? Well, you can certainly achieve this goal only if you follow certain practices. Here, the author talks about the 1% formula, which is designed to help you gain financial independence by way of practicing delayed gratification. What he suggests is that you compel yourself to save only 1% of your salary, so that you may live off the rest of your money. For example, if you make $2,000 a month, 1% equals $20. So, you save $20 each month and live off $1,980. For most individuals, the 1% formula is an attainable objective, and with time, you can raise the limit to 2%, 3%, and so on, thereby training yourself to save more money and inching towards financial independence. Next, the author addresses the ever-pressing issue of procrastination. He recommends using the ABCDE method to deal with this habit. Create an agenda at the beginning of each day by writing down everything you need to get done within the day. After that, use the ABCDE method to sort them in order of importance. All you have to remember is that you shouldn't start working on a lower value assignment until you have finished all the higher value ones. Here is how you can increase your productivity by focusing on the most important tasks first. List your must-do tasks under A, which, if not completed, will have significant consequences. Write your should-do chores under B. If not performed, these tasks will have minor implications. If you don't accomplish C duties, you won't face any penalty. Delegating D responsibilities will allow you to concentrate on other essential things. Finally, E duties are unnecessary and should be removed from your daily routine. Part 6. Avoid the 3 whites. All over the world, people nowadays are enjoying longer lifespans than before, and it's only logical that you should desire enjoying the same. Having a healthy lifestyle, which includes eating healthily and exercising, is one of the most important components in ensuring we live a long and ailment-free life. While the lifespans of people are increasing on one hand, the number of obese people is also increasing at an alarming rate all over the world. In order to lose weight, the author recommends eliminating the 3 whites, sugar, salt, and wheat, from your diet. Exercise self-discipline and abstain from consuming sugar in any and every form, be it your favorite dessert, coffee, candies, or any sugary drink. Resisting sugar could help you shed 1 pound of weight each day. Not only that, it would also help you feel more energetic and self-confident. Next, in order to achieve long-term weight reduction, you should cut out salt from your diet entirely. Last but not least, give up white flour items like breads, cakes, and pastas. Instead, include more vegetables and fruits in your diet. To show the efficacy of this method, the author gives the example of a 32-year-old Florida man who had been battling to lose weight. Following the method of avoiding the 3 whites, he lost 22 pounds in only 6 months. Not only did he look and feel better, but he attracted more dates than ever before as a result of his newfound happiness and confidence. While it's important to follow a healthy diet, it's equally important to exercise as well. Only by combining exercising with a healthy diet can we reap the benefits of a healthy body and elevated energy levels. Part 7. Harness the power of forgiveness. It's natural to focus all of one's attention on one's children while they are little. However, as adults, we often become so engrossed in our daily activities that we often end up not spending enough time with our children. It's important that we learn to prioritize our tasks so as to be able to spend precious time with our children. In order to be happy, you must also master the art of forgiving others. A lot of us blame our parents for the faults we find in ourselves as grown-ups, and we hold their faulty parentings responsible for our current misfortunes. Well, while we can't do much about changing our past, what we do with our lives at present is totally up to us. It's true that a lot of people face much hardships while growing up, and their childhoods are far from happy. However, that doesn't justify their behaving as losers or harboring negative sentiments towards others or life in general. Forgiveness is the only way to develop a peaceful mind. It is possible to release oneself from the emotional burden of the past by cultivating a practice of forgiving people who have mistreated you. Conclusion. It is easy to be tempted to give in to our excuses and procrastinate. But if we choose the easy way out, we won't be happy or successful. Chasing shortcuts will only make our dreams more elusive to us. It is imperative that you reject excuses and develop self-discipline if you want to transform your life. Never stop trying to improve your knowledge in whatever area you have chosen. Self-discipline, hard work, and dealing with your anxieties are all necessary to achieve your objectives. If you accomplish this, you will be on your way to financial independence and a better life. Thank you for watching this episode. Please don't forget to subscribe. See you soon in our next episode.